All Advancing Prefab stories are brought to you by Mandeville Modular.
When I think about innovation, I think about leadership. When I think about leadership, I think about how does that individual, that team leader, effectively run a company. And the company that we're talking about today is Mandeville Modular. They're a steel frame modular factory out on the West Coast. And Heith Bibby, the CEO, is with us today. Heith, I would love to know a little bit more about how do you see innovation with your team at Mandeville Modular?
You know, for us, innovation is key. We're always pushing the envelope in everything we do. If we think we have something that works well, we put it to the test and it's been applied in multiple projects and it's successful. It's okay, what's the next level? Efficiency is never ending because we want to keep up with all the variable projects, the site conditions that are there. So we want to be able to make sure our system is adaptable. So innovation is definitely key.
I would love to talk about a leader in innovation as I see them. Disney, you did a project for them. Would you mind walking us through a little bit about that project?
Yeah, that was an amazing project. And that was quite some time ago, reflecting how long modular and panelized systems have been around. There was years just designing with Disney Imagineering and the art director on this set. We did a full residential district and a full business district that if you look at it, you wouldn't think that they're done in a modular or panelized fashion. You'd think it would have to have been done by site built, and it isn't. So it's Disney Imagineering, they're just wizards. I mean, it's just not on film, but it's on practical application, and it was a real joy working on that project, which sparked a lot of my motivation to continue to innovate. If they can do it, we can do it. If they're doing it on a set, then we could do this in the practical real world application for our clients.
I love that you had that experience because I think that experience actually has channeled you through all these other areas in the business. And I like that because we need innovation, we need expansion, we need opportunities for us to grow in business. And your business is flourishing.
Yeah.
Why is that? What's happening over there?
I joke with my team.
The
and
word's
I said,
out.
yeah,
Word's out.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like you plant these seeds out there and you hope that they grow, right? You sell your product and, you can have the best product in the world, but if people don't know about it, it's going to be the best product in the world in your mind only. And we've been blessed to have connected and partnered with some amazing people that's helped us and assisted us to blossom and get out there and get the word out.
Has there been any projects where you're like, I don't know, I don't think we could do that. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, for us, the hotel project in Hawaii, there's the inclement weather potentially that's there and going up that tall. You always challenge yourself. You're like, yeah, it's structural steel, we could do it. But, in a modular environment where all that is done off-site, you don't have the ability to make another structure on site because then it's truly not modular, right? It's a hybrid, and that's not what we're selling. So ones like that do, challenge us to ensure that we are putting something out there that's going to, stand the test of time and perform as it should.
And when you're looking at projects like that, I'm guessing that you have a really sophisticated structural MEP team. Like those are big things in that project, right?
100%. Having a true understanding of how offsite works, right? Knowing that you don't have some makeup time on site. When you send it out, it's got to be plug and play. So, our structural engineering team is really adverse and experienced in the modular space. Our MEP team, same thing. It's, we're so collaborative and modeling, it's like you said, innovation, the modeling systems that allow for the clash detections that are there that could foresee an impact on site, and you address it in the factory prior to being on site and having work slow down, because then you lose the efficiency of modular. At that point, there's not as much benefit by having it produced in the factory.
I think you're bringing up a really good point about design, about, BIM and utilizing these modeling systems in order to make sure that we have an effective building. Is that something, the approach that you guys use in a lot of your builds?
Yes, 100% all the time. We're always modeling this out in BIM. Revit. We have Structsoft that allows us to manipulate, our steel frame, and give us that comfort that the system that we're going to put together in the practical application on the factory floor is all going to line up and work as it should. And then we go a step further, then we get old school, and then we take it out of our facility and we actually stack it and demonstrate that not only the modeling worked, the factory floor produced as it should, but now it performs as it should. And we encourage a client to come out and see that as we stack these units together outside.
That's a really important key, because when we're doing projects like this, a lot of people are just getting into modular and prefab, right? They're just getting into a volumetric approach. You being able to have that transparency is key to the success, not only of the project, but also the people on the other side that really don't know a lot about this industry, right?
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, for us, it's like we preach transparency. It's down to even our system that we utilize to manage our production on our floor, track our inventory, Merlin. That's been a great partnership to help us. It actually, I joke, and it's like, it's a heartbeat of each modular unit. So you identify a modular unit as modern 1, and you watch that heartbeat and just carry along the factory floor. It gives that transparency to the client. And then always inviting the client to come out, touch, feel, see the modular itself on our factory floor. And it's part of the education journey. The more educated your client is, the more successful your project's going to be, and the more comfortable that client's going to feel about the process that they're undertaking, especially if they've never done modular before.
Agreed. And our whole goal is to do more of them and repeat the business, right? And once you build a really smart team, or a smart pre-construction team and a development team, the next projects are like amazing, right?
Yeah, it's true definition of rinse and repeat, right? It's just, how do we apply this to the next one? Okay. And it's the client feels comfortable, contractor feels comfortable, developer feels comfortable, and it's just breeds success.
It does. And I'd just love to know, a lot of successful factories have like the after party, as I call it, where the project's there, everything went wonderfully, and you're kind of just looking at ways to improve. Do you ever do that?
100%. I do it throughout the whole project, and sometimes it drives my team crazy. We had a project that we were doing, design was complete, and we started producing the first 2 units, and then I threw in a new truss design into the mix while the project was going on, which drove my entire team insane. But I wanted to, it's part of the evolution, right? I wanted to evolve the system, wanted it to perform better, wanted to deliver some additional benefits to the client and to the project, and it's just been successful.
I love that you're not afraid to step into making a system better and being able to design something that can effectively make the next project even better. That approach, honestly, Heith, is what makes you unique at Mandeville Modular.
Well, thank you. I mean, that's for us. We love just innovating. It's like you said, innovation. Can't preach it enough. I mean, it's like you buy a car, the next year, looking for the next model year, they've improved it. Well, why does modular not follow that same guideline? You buy a vacuum cleaner, same thing. Next vacuum cleaner model is going to be improved. That's the way we look at what we're doing at Mandeville Modular.
And that's the dirt on Offsite Dirt.
Thank you to Mandeville Modular for supporting our industry.